All you have to do is close your eyes and listen.
Welcome to episode 48 of TSGG Chat. I'm your host, Kevin Bork. With me this week, we've got Brett.
Hey.
Kailey.
Hello.
Brennon.
Good to be here.
You gotta be a little bit louder than that.
Good to be here, Kevin.
Yeah.
It's
Jake.
wonderful to see
Hello.
your face.
Always. And special guest, Slen,
What's up?
the new champion of TSGG.
You're welcome, bro.
Congratulations.
It's going to be vacated within a week, so I'm cool with it.
Vacated, or he can come and
No,
defend it.
no, he's not allowed.
Oh.
Not invited.
Banned.
Banned.
It's fine, I'm taking
Banned
the
for
title.
winning.
That's alright.
We are fresh off of our second Mortal Kombat tournament, which Slen has won by spamming jacks.
There were some combos in
Say it
there.
again, I like seeing Brett's faces.
No, I wasn't actually mad because it wasn't spam. So
No, it was not.
I
It
was
was
I wasn't
pretty
upset. Yeah, it
Good play.
was actual fighting. So
An
you know,
unblockable grab.
well, it was
No,
blockable.
it's
We
enough
just
block.
couldn't figure out how to
Just
block
couldn't
it.
figure it out.
Until I told you. If I would have told him, then I would have been in danger.
Correct.
Actually, you were in danger.
I was in danger.
You were in grave danger. You forgot the controls even.
No, he hit me with the kicks, and I everything just flashed back. I got nervous. It was bad.
He had you on a sliver of health and almost a full health bar, and he died.
Did
I
that.
don't know how that happened.
It was a full
Yeah, I
combo
was
corner.
watching that. I was like, what?
I was like, all right, he's getting him with that. He's going to
That's
get him. He's going to
Jax.
get up and kick him. He didn't kick him. He got up.
There's no combo breaker.
It's the
That's right,
single
he just-
biggest mistake they did with this game.
Once you get into staggered state, you are in the loop.
You're just done. And
You are in the
against
loop until
Jax,
your
whose
opponent
damage
messes
is
up.
so high anyway.
And if you
In a
continue,
corner?
it keeps going.
Yeah,
it just
there's
keeps
nothing.
going.
There's nothing you can do because
And
you
the way
can
that
you
the
can
frames
break out
work.
of a if you're in the air you can
Yeah.
escape, but in a corner you go back into it anyway. So
And the
There's nothing to be
staggering
done.
animations, your
It was fun
opponent's
regardless,
recovery
though.
is quicker than your
For sure.
own.
right,
I'm not upset I lost
It was
that way. I
definitely
mean, I
fun.
came
no,
real
yeah,
close to
it's
beating him,
way
so.
more fun when it's
From the
combos
losers
like that.
bracket.
I have no problem.
It's hard to do. It's hard
Yeah.
to win a tournament from there.
Everybody actually performed better this time around. It was a lot less jumping around. No, you did actually really well with Raiden. You should have probably just stuck with Raiden.
Jake got
Well,
stomped.
I didn't do well with the first time with Raiden.
It's okay. You'll have another chance.
No, you won't.
No,
I
you
will
won't.
never play the game
Listen,
again.
let me let me help.
Ever in my life.
I enjoy the game much.
Yeah.
I will be continuing to play.
What
I
sentence is
enjoy-
that? I enjoy the game
Yeah,
much.
it's
I don't know.
terrible.
What is up with your English today?
I
man?
don't know.
All
There's
the
something-
features-
I'm broken. There's something going on today.
In the game are better than MK10.
Did you just say futures?
I said features.
I didn't hear features.
I might have said futures.
Maybe
Anyway.
we are speaking correctly and he can't hear.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
All the features
That they
are
added.
better in this game than MK10.
Correct.
Yeah.
Combat in MK10 was better than in
It
this
is
game,
superior. Yeah.
which is unfortunate because I really liked MK10's combat and I was really good at it.
So with MK10, you had, 3 total variations for each character?
Correct?
Yep.
And they were 3 specific play styles in this one. And they're talking about the customizable variation system, which is okay, but if the characters, when you go into, if you just separate the abilities with the cosmetic stuff for a moment, and so the variations are big on the abilities too, but if the characters are going to be locked into a specific ability set, then what the hell is the point of being able to customize those, especially when it comes to tournament play, if they are going to be specific to tournament rules? Then it doesn't make any sense to me. Then they should just roll out one specific variation per character, and then the customization would be gear.
Right.
Which is what they did in Injustice, which is what I thought they were doing with this. So I was excited for that part of it, and then it came in and it was not that.
I do not like the augmentation system.
Me
I
neither.
am not a fan.
For which one? Injustice or MK?
MK.
The reason
No,
being is
Justice was
that
good with that.
AI battles are actually some of my favorite. It's my favorite feature in the game. It's just really fun. You pick your stats and you fight your team against their team, and it's just fun to watch. It's not even anything you play; you just watch it.
Oh, really? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Except, and it's super fun, and you defend as well, and you earn rewards for it, and it's great. Except, the augments go into it.
Yes,
so
they
like,
do.
I have an augment that I take that my Cabal, if he's second, takes 9% less damage automatically just by fighting second. That's broken. Like that is he wins every fight, and it's just because of that. That's the only reason that he does it, and he'll be losing the fight and then take less damage and win. And it's so the augmentation system to me is just it's broken because of the impact that it actually has.
For the first time in the series, I believe you can also. Well, it's the first time in the MK series. I'm not that familiar with Injustice. In the Towers of Time and in the Classic Towers, you can also set AI to fight for you as well, and the augments are in play there too.
Right.
You mentioned something about like wanting all the fatal blows to be the same amount of damage.
Yeah, that too. That is
well.
so. There are characters in this game that are super low on the low end of things, like Noob Saibots. I think is 310 or maybe 320. Scorpions is a 310. And then there are characters
in the game.
that have super high ones,
Like Jax.
no, Jax is a 320.
Yeah, but the problem with Jax is that you have the empowerment from your fist
true.
right after that.
Right.
So
Which-
I think they're offsetting the relative power of the individual character and the chain
No,
combos
no,
that
no,
you
no.
can
That
do.
might be true, except
Liu
Liu Kang
Kang
is
is
the fastest
super
character in
overpowered.
the game, and his fatal
And
blow
one
is
of the
one of the
strongest.
strongest.
It's
And
the
those
second
fatal blows.
most powerful fatal blow in the game, behind only Frost.
And his
Frost,
normal
I
damage is high,
understand.
too.
Yeah,
Because
it's super high. And
she's
then
bad.
if you
Yeah.
augment, give him the
Any
fire.
of his attacks. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And it
I
goes
forget
up.
what the
You
name
think-
of that is, the fire
think-
dragon or whatever.
You think Frost is bad like without any chance of being good at all?
I don't
Not even
think-
if you're
yeah.
really good with Frost.
Yeah, I don't
No.
think so.
If you're
Against
really
somebody
good with
like-
Frost,
I mean, yeah.
obviously, yes.
I
If
mean,
you-
against like somebody that's really good with
Yeah, that's the problem.
Cabal or
No,
Liu Kang.
you're gonna lose.
You're
Like that's
definitely to a Liu Kang.
Frost is not a good character. She's not. We've talked to
No,
people who
she's-
are tournament players and things, and they say that she's a throwaway
waste.
character.
Waste of a slot.
She looks really cool. Some of her combos are pretty cool. Her fatality or her fatal blow is very cool. I have never seen her fatality.
It's also cool.
So that's all great, except you're never gonna see any of that. Well,
The
maybe
icy?
you'll see the fatal blow quite a bit because you're trying to come back in a fight and losing.
One of the best looking fatal blows.
Yeah, and it does the most damage in the game, so
Both of her
that's cool. But
fatalities are
like,
good.
it's just bad. She's a bad character.
And she's got some good brutalities too.
There's so much blocking in this game.
Scorpion's
It
brutality.
is an insane amount of
This
blocking.
game is
Suck.
so much slower.
Mm.
So much
That's my
slower.
problem with it. Is they took what I didn't like in Injustice and put it into this game. So it's
Which
a lot
was
of
the slow zone
it's zoning, it's slow, and you have to. It's painful, and especially because of Combo Breaker being gone. I think if they had just left that, and even if they left the powers how they are in the game, if they left Combo Breaker, it gives you that opportunity to break that and then punish on your own. So without that, you don't have that. You literally, if you get
You
stuck
just
in a
have to eat
combo,
that combo.
you just eat 50% health damage.
Even when you're getting juggled and you do the breakaway,
You still take damage.
you still take damage, but
well, you're still
you're also
vulnerable.
not set up.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
you're
combo
still on the
breaker
ground.
sets you up for an advantage, and you don't get one here.
No, you're still
If-
laying on the
if
ground.
you're playing a
Like,
character that
even
has a
if they
faster
had-
recovery than you, you're screwed.
The Clash from Injustice.
That was awful. I really hated that.
You can hate it, but it changed it. If you were getting comboed to death, it was your way
Well,
out.
yeah, it was your escape. I see
Yeah,
what you mean.
There is none in this game. I mean,
No,
they,
none.
they obviously have the one,
We
but
saw
it's
that today.
terrible.
We saw it today. You had one hit left on him, and he got you in the corner, and you just kept rolling over your body,
Correct.
And that's literally all it
staggering
was.
continuously.
And it didn't matter if you tried to get up and block because you're in a stagger state, so you can't.
He's hitting you before you can recover.
Right,
Plus, he could grab me if I just can't.
Or grab, yeah.
which is just a simple mechanic to
What I
that
do
you-
to him the whole match. So.
Right.
I don't know how to anti-grab. You could have won easily. I would have been upset though.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to spam that.
Yeah.
That's just who we are.
Pride.
Like he could have spammed the
The
kick that we
down
know
forward, man.
about, down forward and the back B, and there's nothing you can do. So it's so fast that you literally wouldn't have moved the whole fight. But that's
Spam
not
scrolls
how he
too.
wants to play it.
That's bad.
But the game itself, I feel like literally small things cause so many problems. The broken frames is a huge problem. If he like the same thing for you, if you wanted to jump A the whole match, nobody would touch you. You'd win. You'd flawless everybody because there's
I
broken
don't know,
frames.
flawless, but
Yeah, you might get punched like twice. You know, you're right. But there's broken
So there's a
frames in
chance of
there
getting
where
hit by
people
the fatal blow.
can't hit you. Yeah, that's all it is. Like Scorpion's swings his whole thing and it takes up the whole screen and you can jump through it and it doesn't hit you.
Wait, that I didn't know that was the case.
Yeah, it doesn't.
That's an
That's not an
actual iframe,
anti-air,
like,
so
it's-
it doesn't hit anything above. Like if you jump over that. It doesn't.
You know, that's the
Perfect.
same thing with Jade's uppercut. You know, if you kick before he even starts, it will not hit you, and you will hit him.
Right.
It will go
Well, I
straight
use that
through.
with
It
King.
is insane.
It happened to me multiple times today.
If you duck down or jump, there's an iframe between both the boom.
Right, and in a game like this where frames matter so much, that's so frustrating to see.
Yep.
Like,
No, I get that.
yeah,
But there's rumor that, well, it's not rumor, it's
they're
their own.
working on it.
Yeah, they had admitted that there are some issues with the game and working out patches. PC players are still most frustrated because they haven't even received the day one patch yet. So
Gotta be rough.
Time towers are still broken.
people like to practice, which they
No,
call
No, they're fixed
labbing
on PlayStation.
their characters. but
Xbox
they
is
can't even do
supposed
that
to
right
be tomorrow, which for
They were
us
hoping
is
for tomorrow.
Wednesday, the 1st.
Yeah, they were
So
hoping.
when you guys are hearing this, it'll already obviously
Yeah.
be released.
They wanted
Hopefully,
They wanted it
yes.
today, and it didn't happen.
Correct.
So you said you weren't gonna touch the game after this, but like after all these patches and fixes, you're not even gonna
No.
not even a sliver
This
of a
is
chance.
so. This
We're
is the
not
biggest
big fighting
problem.
game
Yeah,
fans anyway. to
but this
begin
is the
with,
biggest
so
problem in gaming anyway. Like if
gotta
things
move on.
things move so fast that if you release a game that's broken like this, like look at Anthem. Nobody plays Anthem anymore because they released a broken product. That it sure down the road it could be great, and I might pick it up a year from
To
now.
specify, MK not nearly as
It's
broken
not.
as Anthem.
No,
it's
no.
gonna hold its
But
player
I mean,
base.
It's not broken,
Look
but
I
at
get what
Fallout
you're saying.
76, which has made a comeback. Look at
Yeah, but it's made a comeback with 400,000 people, which is tiny concurrent players.
Yeah.
So a game like this,
I expect them to grow at E3.
76.
Yeah.
I don't know. They
You
got
know
a
what I
lot.
expected E3. Show me StarCraft. Quit you fucking throwing garbage in my face. I'm sick of it.
Whoa.
StarCraft?
Doing Doom Eternal.
Starfield. My bad.
Starfield.
They're doing Doom Eternal and
Starfield will
Yeah,
be
Doom Eternal is Avalanche or id Software? No,
Yeah.
id Software is Rage.
Yeah.
Avalanche's Rage as well.
Yes.
Both of those were Rage.
I think they do Doom as well.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
I
The
think
gun
Doom
play.
does it. It does Doom, I believe.
But what I'm saying is that when,
Bethesda's
if
just
you
publishing,
if
is
you
what I'm
release
saying.
something that's not finished and it comes out and people are going to move on very quickly because there's always stuff coming out right now. Like after
Let's be very to the point here. Nobody's moving on from NK. They're going to stay with this for a
I
while.
don't know.
Yes.
I'm
They
moving
haven't
on
even
from it.
started with the leagues or
you're-
anything
you're
yet.
not-
They're coming up.
You're not the
The
target.
fighting fan base isn't going anywhere.
Oh
audience for
yeah,
that.
They're
that-
just getting started.
but this is their game. I'm
Yeah.
talking about outside of that because you never
people
want
who
to.
aren't niche
But-
players.
Yeah,
People that dropped Anthem were wanting that, and they went over and got it with the Division 2.
I don't know about that. That was
They did.
one of the worst stories I've ever played in my life.
Division
Yeah,
2.
but the content's there for them.
After the
And
end game.
the raid hasn't even released yet, I don't believe, unless it just did, and it's coming out. So the 8-player raids for the Division.
Yeah, they haven't dropped
So
yet.
their content is all there.
Maybe they'll go to Soul Calibur 6. Yeah, you don't know.
They won't.
No, that's not what I'm saying. though. I'm saying that people that aren't
Calendar
fighting game
games.
players,
No,
like
I mean,
MK had a
this-
huge
this-
release.
This is the problem. The continuing
Well,
issue that we keep having is that we
Days
keep
Gone
getting
beat
games
it,
that
so.
we keep getting games that
In
are
the
not
UK.
fully finished, not tailored to where they're supposed to be upon release, and they've gotten into this trap where they expect day one patch and then fix all their problems, but then they don't fix them or they've alienated their audience.
Yeah.
We get sick of this of not having fun with the
broken
game,
stuff.
and then we do move on because there are other things that are hopefully fulfilling our needs, what
Yeah.
we're looking for in gaming.
Promising better things.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with day one patches
I'm okay with them too.
because they have deadlines.
Yeah.
They have to ship these when their publisher tells them to. So if they're not publishing their own game, CD Projekt Red, they don't get to say when it's ready. We're gonna put it out. It's
That's
this
part
deadline,
of the
which
issue
is a
too
big
is
thing
that
with BioWare and EA and what's
Well, that's what she's gonna
BioWare
get
and the
into
shape
as
it's
well.
there's too much pressure on people to release at a particular, and I get like Anthem had its own issues as we've all heard about, but
Well, Netherrealm has its own issues too.
but
Because the stories are coming out about crunch over there too.
correct.
hustling people.
CDs have those issues too as well.
Well, I think
It's-
pretty
it's
much
everybody in
it's
the gaming
industry wide
industry does
is
this.
that
It is industry wide.
they grind up their teams and then they spit them out because they don't
Yeah,
care.
well, the problem is though that that's our fault too, because like
Because we did.
look at Apex. Apex is
Very
right now
demanding
everybody's calling it
industry.
a dead game because they haven't released new maps, they haven't done this, and this, but they're saying, well, we're not putting crunch on our people like this. you're going to get great stuff because our people are rested. They're doing what they need to do to be the best that they can be.
Plus, Respawn is
that's-
also making
but-
Fallen Order.
But that's also
But they're
like
immediately getting crushed by
with you guys saying that okay, you're abandoning MK, which fine if you're not having fun with it and it's not your style of gameplay, but moving on from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing, being part of the locust herd that just consumes and destroys and just goes on to the next, that's also feeding into it.
That's what I mean.
That's the industry, though.
But as consumers, we are participating in that and we're driving it forward.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh,
that's,
without a doubt.
that's a
Continue to
consequence
have
of
it.
how many games are just coming out.
Yeah. So
Like,
you're
we're never gonna be in a place where I can't wait for Mortal Kombat to come out because that's the only game that's coming out in
Right.
the next 4 months.
Right.
We don't live in that time anymore.
It's
There
a
are games.
It's a
that'll hold
$140
people.
billion
Like, I still
billion
replay
dollar
the
industry
original
right
Mass
now.
Effect
Like,
trilogy.
We live in a time now where 42 games come out every Thursday on Nintendo Switch's eShop.
right. So
It's no joke.
That's
right
also
now,
just-
as of 2018, the gaming industry is worth $137 billion. If you take movies and music and put them together, they don't equal that. That is why you're gonna not. We're never gonna live in a time anymore where a new game is not coming out. It's not. It's somewhere, either Nintendo, PlayStation, PC, Microsoft. Somewhere there's a game coming out.
Of course.
And
But
that's
just
but
works.
the difference
Mad
Box.
Let me not forget
but
that.
the difference is that they have these unrealistic target goals. That is definitely on one hand the business needs to have money to make
Right.
a profit and be successful, but on the other hand, they're not successfully completing what they're supposed to be providing to the customer, which is why people get bored and move on so quickly. I mean, our favorite games, we keep coming back to them because they had something there that was valuable to us as players. And I haven't found that in games in a long time.
Dragon Quest
Personally,
11.
it's story-driven
You would love
experiences
that.
I look for. So,
And MK11 story is very well done.
newest game I've gone back to is probably Kingdom Come Deliverance. Probably. Can't really think of another one. I tried to go back to God of War, but my dad, I got wiped. You guys know that story.
Start over.
No.
Definitely worth it.
I
If you
ain't
spend, if
regrinding
you spend
40
60 hours in a game, 40
that's my
hours, you're
problem
not
with
going to go
Skyrim.
back. Yeah, see.
Yeah.
See, but with Skyrim, you can mod it, get to that same level like we're at, get all the items, and then
not
go.
That's not the point.
Oh, it's principles.
It's
It's principle.
because I got mad at it.
Yeah.
And but that's also the reason why I won't play Destiny.
Skyrim, I go back to. I
Destiny
almost put
hurt
Skyrim
me
early.
so bad
You
from
don't
that.
talk about the loot cake.
I used to go back
Oh
to
my God,
D1
Luke
so
Cage.
long.
Kevin
Like,
loved the loot.
that was my
I
jump
did.
back
Yeah.
game.
And
I
so
sat
one
there
of our
for
other
hours.
friends, and these two assholes would just sit there and
Wow.
do the loot cave forever.
There
And like,
were
I
so
want to go
many
do something else.
Exotics.
So
Listen.
many.
That's all you needed.
Got myself an icebreaker doing that.
Yeah, the target demographic for casino people, right there. Ooh, look, shiny objects.
Listen.
I think that's
You're hitting a huge
microtransaction
market here.
games.
Yeah, it's microtransaction.
Like I played Madden
you-
19 the other day, my Ultimate Team. I can see why it's so addictive. I got like 40 packs for.
Given to him because we have EA access and
game?
stuff.
I can see why. And
you
then
basically comped at a casino, and
Yeah.
they're bringing you in now. Here's your
And
free
then-
room, sir.
so I
We'll
got
see
to
you
an
at the
80.
tables.
Got
Listen
to
to
an
him.
80 overall on my team, and I might have actually devoted time to this. And then I played a game.
No. He didn't. He's saying before
might.
this,
Before
he
this,
might
I
have, and then he played a
Played
game.
I got matched up against a 99 overall team.
At the beginning of the game, it shows your best players. Brennan had 86, 87, 82. This guy was 99, 99, 99. Hall of Fame level.
And I was like, all right, pay to win. This is why I don't play this stuff. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the worst.
And he
Left.
exited out of the match.
It's awful. You can't win.
No.
Not
Whoever
unless
has
you're
the
I
driving
hit
all
my
this
wide
shit.
receiver in the chest. His linebacker hit him. The ball exploded out of his hands. I was like, oh,
Yeah, that's how that's gonna
okay.
go.
I'm done here.
Okay. Well, this actually leads us into our first story of the day. You may have heard it already. Brennan kind of quoted it. Games industry posts that Days Gone has a stronger debut week in the UK and claims the #1 spot over MK11,
I
which
don't
fails to
understand
match its
Is that
predecessor.
a good game? I have not.
But
looked
it did
into
Days
outsell
Gone?
Injustice 2. Kailey, I've seen her play maybe, 20 minutes of it so far?
If that.
I will tell you, from what I've seen, it is gorgeous.
It's very
Yeah.
pretty. It is
Well, we watched that one video. And it
also
looked
very
terrible.
clunky.
It looked
I do
gorgeous.
not like driving the motorcycle.
Uh,
at
all. You gotta
That's-
upgrade
super
it.
loose.
Yeah, it upgrades,
Oh.
so that is part
Although
of
the
it.
driving is terrible.
But-
from
Yeah,
what I've heard.
she barely touched the
Throttle?
steering. No, not the throttle.
Oh.
The steering.
I'm just trying
and
to,
it
like,
was
just
moving
gently, and it's
her
like-
all the way across the screen, all the way back,
I was like, okay,
right into a tree.
Yeah, okay. What I've
And
seen
they're
of it,
I've heard
laughing
it's
at me.
very empty.
horde fights
Not
are
a whole lot
apparently
to do.
horrible.
Frame wise, probably.
No, not even
that
frames
bad. Well,
wise.
I mean,
they
you're
just,
at like 6 frames anyway, so who cares? But
it's just disgusting. They just want to move on because they don't really play into anything. So this game is it's story driven. It's your character is more
But it's
important
not.
than anything.
from what I heard,
Well, this is
apparently
what
the story's very
this is what they
lackluster.
wanted it to be, and you start fighting a horde, and you're like, okay, let me just move on from this, please, and go forward.
Which you have to kill.
Right.
You're
The
no.
entire horde.
Whole horde.
Well, that's
Well, somebody,
that's one of the big
I did see
points of the
somebody
game is to do
mention that they were being rushed by a horde. You can choose to fight the horde,
yes.
or you can do survival and hide and let. Till
But
the
there
end.
are story missions where you have to
And-
kill
Yes.
hordes.
One person said they took the horde on and climbed up a ladder, and none of the horde can actually climb the ladder. So you just stand there and mow them down.
I mean,
Excellent.
It looks like it's another case of
Zombie.
maybe last gen mechanics
It's a zombie game,
and a,
It is
It is precisely what I thought it would be.
unfortunately.
which is I said it'd probably be low 70s, which
Which is where it was. 72.
that's okay. I mean, it's worth playing.
It's very pretty.
I've never
Yeah, but a
spent
lot of
money
games
on
are
it.
pretty.
but
I'm gonna go through it.
It's
That's the
2019. It's
Anthem was super pretty.
games
let
gotta
me
be
tell
pretty.
you.
Being
Yeah.
pretty is like standard at this
expected,
point.
right? Yeah.
I'll play through this. I'll see what it's like.
I mean, yeah, you got it. You definitely should.
You bought it. You might as
Mhm.
well.
Up next in the news, Nintendo Switch Online reaches 9.8 million subscribers in 6 months.
that's awesome.
Just
How many
take Xbox Live.
How many
And when was the last
is
time you played
working?
Nintendo Cup?
It's been a while.
Listen,
I'll
it's good
be-
for a year.
I'll be back on in July.
As soon as
Capcom.
Pokemon comes out,
There
let
are
me
2
tell
games
you.
releasing in July that
Listen,
we will be
Pokemon
fighting
Sword
over
and
for the
Shield.
Nintendo Switch.
Marvel? Ultimate Marvel
Yeah.
Alliance or whatever. it is.
Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3,
Gonna be
The
playing
Black Order.
Octopath tonight.
and no, you're not. He has Octopath.
Brat.
All you have to
And
do
the
is
other
ask.
game
I would've brought
coming
it over.
out in July is Fire Emblem Three Houses.
Yep, that's
Ooh,
what I'm
that
buying.
looks
That's
so
what I'm playing.
I'm
good.
buying a Switch specifically for that.
No,
I
you're
hope
not.
they do a Elite Edition.
You're buying a Switch for Pokemon Sword and Shield. You're gonna have to play that on the Switch we have currently.
Are we gonna split it?
They will
I'll let
definitely
you
do
play it.
an edition for that.
No,
You think so?
no, I won't.
I don't think so.
For what? Fire Emblem?
No.
Or for Pokemon?
Oh, Pokemon. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
obviously.
I'm talking about.
I
for
fully
the-
expect them to do a Sword and Shield edition.
That's why I said he can't buy one then because we have to buy one when
I've been
Sword and
really
Shield comes out.
underwhelmed by the Switch special edition, so
Yeah.
hopefully this one steps it up a little.
Hopefully, it's less stencil, more actual.
Color.
Well, the
That's what I
stencil would have been really good on.
Yeah, but they're all stencils.
The problem is there's no color. So if like Smash Bros had done the stencil, but then was in color, oh my, that would have been a beautiful Switch, and I would have definitely jumped on it. But it was black and gray. Like, it doesn't pop. It doesn't show off anything. The Pokemon one was better. It was at least in color, but it was still
Wasn't
very,
Not
Those are
flashy
great.
enough for you,
very
bro?
Yeah,
basic.
It's not great.
Well, even like the Joy-Cons for it were just brown and yellow. Like they
Yeah.
had nothing to indicate that they were Pokemon or anything.
Eevee's brown, Pikachu's yellow.
That's it. Like
That was it.
What
That was your
more do you
indication.
need?
You got me. Like you could have done so much cool stuff with like
Yep.
the evolutions or lightning bolts with Pikachu. Like there was so much to do there, and they just didn't.
Evolutions.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
That's
Oh.
what
Imagine if you did like the evolutions just on the Eevee edition of the Switch. That would have been
Oh,
sick.
that would have looked
Like,
beautiful.
and that's so simple. So it's something
There's
that
like 10 of them too, so that takes
yeah,
up the
you
whole
got
bag.
Umbreon,
I
Espeon,
hope there's a new
Leafeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Vaporeon. Like you've got so much. Just throw it on
Sylveon.
there.
Sylveon is garbage.
Sylveon's the
Wow.
fairy one, right?
Isn't that your
Yeah.
favorite
Yeah.
Pokemon?
That's my favorite Eevee evolution.
Yeah, it's garbage.
It's an
Um,
evolution, all right? Just say it as one. Just combine them.
Combine them.
That's what I mean is I want to see something like that.
Evolve
come out
the
from them,
words.
because they've got it. Like you have all of this material. Just slap it on there.
Just put Mewtwo on there.
Right?
Armored Mewtwo
Armored
on the
Mewtwo
back.
on a
Mewtwo on
Switch.
anything, you buy it.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Pretty much.
100%.
He's so cool looking.
He is.
He is so.
Just you got two sides, Mew and Mewtwo. Perfect. Done. Like
That's
Job
an
done.
Instabuy.
Bought.
right? Like and then one side's pink and one side is the purple color of Mewtwo, and you got
Oh,
their
that
little
would look-
symbols.
that would look amazing.
Come on.
Yeah, Mew on one side, Mewtwo on the other.
Imagine
and
them
there's
clashing
the
in the
Fire
back,
Emblem Special Edition.
Mega Evolution Charizard in the middle on the back. That's all I want. That's it.
Just
That'd
hire
be
me,
pretty
Nintendo.
badass.
I'll build your Switches.
Okay, you don't want a Mega Evolution Charizard?
No,
Charizard's
Everything.
my favorite
Overrated.
Pokemon.
Everything
You're
is a
over it.
Mega
Get out.
Evolution now.
overrated.
He's out. Vacate.
Charizard.
Vacate.
This is also
Lucario's
a brand new generation, so there's
Yeah,
all
brand new
different
gen.
Pokemon. What, you're gonna throw a Charizard on a
Listen,
brand new generation?
If I get
Switch.
Score Bunny, I'm gonna hate it. But
Why?
I'm getting Score
What do you
Bunny
mean? You're
because
about
it's
to
not
throw Mewtwo
Charizard.
You don't know what it's going to evolve
Score
into.
Bunny's
I know
gonna
it's
be
not gonna
sick
evolve
when it
into a
evolves.
Yeah,
Charizard.
beast.
So that's
We
all
already
I
know
need
it's
to
gonna be a fighting type.
Obviously,
for
it's
sure.
a Score Bunny. He's throwing hands and feet. Or
It's gonna be a
hands and
Bandit
feet.
Bunny. That's what it turns into.
No, I don't think so. Bandit Bunny is from DK11, and it is
DQ.
DQ11, and it is just a
I was going to
garbage.
say, Donkey
Donkey
Kong
Kong?
11?
It's a garbage little throwaway monster.
So I got some sad news for Nintendo. Sad news for me.
Mhm.
Others are going to be actually excited about it. I'm not one of them.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were talking about.
The Persona event in Japan happened,
Oh.
and it's not the news I was hoping for. The Persona 5S
Oh,
is not Persona 5 Switch.
Thought it was coming to Switch.
It is a Persona
We
game
talked
coming
about
to
that.
Switch,
So foolish.
but it
Is it
is
the dancing game?
no, it's not a dancing game. It is Persona 5 Scramble: The Phantom Strikers.
What?
A Muso action RPG Dynasty Warriors clone.
That's a hard pass.
Another Dynasty Warriors type game
That's
on
fine.
the Switch.
there's a zillion of them.
So now we've got
P5R.
Zelda.
That's all
I mean,
care about.
that's
got
that's how Nintendo
Fire
has so
Emblem,
many
And now we're
releases
going
every
to
week.
have Persona.
The cloning machine.
Persona 5S.
Persona
Could have
5
been.
Royal. It's the only thing
Persona
that
5.
matters.
Just reskin it.
Oh,
Looks like Sony's keeping that license.
just give me Persona 6, please.
No, that's gonna be like
Please.
6 more
Please.
years. Keep
Takes
on.
some-
Also,
Keep
Takes
on.
about
I'm
40
cool with
years
that.
for that to come
because
back.
Nintendo
for
and Xbox can team up, and Sony can keep their little license for
Okay.
Persona.
No.
Oh,
If Xbox got Persona, I'd lose my mind.
That's not going to happen.
That
Persona's
would
one of
never
my
happen.
favorite games
I'm talking
of all
about
time.
Switch. Switch and Xbox have a great
Companionship.
That is the reason
Agreement?
I own
Friendship?
PlayStation.
relationship.
There you
Persona?
go. Close.
One of the big ones for sure.
I finally broke out my PlayStation.
So God of War has got to be. A
Why?
Well, we had it before that.
No.
Dragon Quest.
God
Oh,
of War
that's
3
right.
I
almost.
took
got
it out of
me
the
a
box,
PlayStation
and I was
3.
like,
And I
wow,
said,
you've
nah,
been in here
my
so
buddy
long,
has
you
it.
got dust.
You talk to it like that?
I did. And then I was
He
super
caressed it.
confused because we have two of them in the house, and there was one on my TV and one on the other TV, and I was like, where did that one come from? You guys never get used.
Nope, mine's still unplugged, sitting by my TV.
Poor little PlayStation.
But when Persona 5 Royal comes out, then it's getting plugged back in.
Jumping on that one?
Oh, I'm dropping another 60.
What's Royal?
Royal is like the ultimate edition of 4.
Golden.
Yeah, golden. That's what it's called.
You were
So,
there. You were
new,
right there.
New character,
You didn't
new
trust it.
palace, new monsters, new equipment,
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
new personas. That's the pronunciation.
But it's another 60.
Yeah, it's,
So it comes with the core
the
game,
ultimate
too,
edition.
Yeah, I know, but
yeah,
I'm
I'm
saying.
definitely buying it. Without a doubt. They could put an $80 price tag on it and I'd buy it. So.
Well,
40
that's-
hours and you're still in the tutorial, so that tells you how
It's fantastic.
I mean,
big of a game that is.
let me get this right, because Brennan will yell at me. 24 hours so far. I'm still in Act 1. It's the biggest game I've ever seen.
of Dragon Quest 11.
Yes.
For those of you who
These
don't know
JRPGs
what
are just
tangent
crazy.
he's going
Well,
off
Dragon
on.
Age-
Where'd you,
None
why
of
did
us-
you just
I'm
apply
glad
that
you
to
did.
us?
Because the JRPGs are massive.
I knew what
Like,
he was
I
talking
feel
about.
like this is just an underrated genre. I feel like not
not.
enough people play JRPGs.
You know my biggest issue with JRPGs? Armor doesn't change how you look.
Oh god, that is so
Change
frustrating.
how you look, and that would make me love
Listen,
games
some of
all
the
the
armor
more.
does. Most of it happens to be for the women, and most of it is bikinis. But
That's
That
my
is-
That's
problem.
also a thing in JRPG.
Okay.
that is
I will
very.
take
Fire
a-
Emblem has that.
I'll
I'm
take
okay
a hard
with that.
pass over that.
No,
yes,
this one has a bunny
yes,
costume.
Let's. Oh Jesus.
She's a magician's assistant.
Well,
Assistant.
I mean, I'm sure that has nothing to do with Akira Toriyama's sense of humor.
Oh no, it does. Somebody pays
you know,
to
I
put that on.
I haven't seen that one at all in Dragon Ball.
Final news article for me today is a tweet from Joshua Davidson, a developer for Borderlands 3. He says, "So yeah, hashtag Borderlands 3 is currently sitting at just over 7,500 individual
Gun
wave files
noises.
for weapon firing sounds. For perspective, Borderlands 2 shipped a little over 300 wave files
I
to
told this
cover
to
all
Brett.
of the guns,
He said, "Who cares?"
Well, you didn't say it like
We
that.
can.
and they're
Okay.
still not done.
It's
Is that-
25 times the amount of gun sounds.
I think I heard
1
this is 25%
billion
more, and I was
guns.
like,
Correct. 25 times the sounds.
Guns with legs.
Guns that scream at people while chasing them.
Those are the same gun. You just said it in a different way.
Guns with legs.
Guns with legs that talk shit.
No, this actually I can add to this because their gameplay reveal is tomorrow on Twitch,
It is.
and if you tomorrow for us May 1st. So this won't really help you all. I'm sorry.
It's not going to help them at all, but
Um,
we'll talk about it next week.
It'll post Friday, but basically, if you watch this and you have your Twitch connected to your Shift, you can earn Borderlands 3 loot before the game even comes out, just by watching the streams and looking at the gameplay, which we're going to all do anyway just to see the gameplay, so might as well earn some Borderlands 3 loot.
Yeah, we got our first gameplay reveal, so that's good. They brought in top streamers, players, journalists. I don't know why they brought them in, but they're bringing them in anyway.
Listen, that's us. So.
Journalists.
They can bring us in eventually.
Call me.
Don't ever call me a journalist either, man. I'm not going that far.
I don't think any game journalist actually
Commentator.
calls himself that either, so.
Oh, they try to, but they're not very.
No, they just call themselves journalists.
That's it.
Yeah.
Almost like there's a Freudian need for that term to be applied to that. But I'm not going to go into that.
You sure? You
Yeah,
have a couple
there.
thoughts, I think.
it's none of my
Let's
business.
move on.
Let's move on to Vampire the Masquerade then. Tell me about that.
2.
Tell me about the first
Don't
one.
forget the 2.
Okay, well, the first one was made in like 92 or something.
It was very old.
You weren't even alive yet?
Yes, correct. This was
So you were
created
born of
before
the
me.
ashes.
I was so waiting for you to shout out that it was based on a tabletop game and it didn't come, and I'm so disappointed.
Jake hates the tabletop game, so I'm not shocked.
He's not shouting it.
Love World of Darkness.
World of Darkness is so deep with its lore, man.
Well, that's where the game comes from. So.
Correct. Shit.
Well, they don't know that. I'm
No
letting them
shit.
know.
So Vampires the Masquerade
might
is
know
a
that.
section of it, though.
Right.
So they're like, it's sort of like characters in D&D or something like that. It's
Oh.
a,
So what was
Rev
this
the
game?
engine.
It was on PC or what?
PC, yes. Okay.
He played it off Steam.
And what kind of game is it? Third
It's,
person, first person?
First person RPG.
First person RPG.
Where you have powers.
2004. Sorry, not as early as I thought it was.
You play as a vampire?
Correct. You
That
play
was
as
the
a
year I
newly
graduated high
turned
school.
vampire.
Same as
You get to pick your own clan, gender. Pretty much.
your clan and
all
stuff
that.
impacts your powers.
Correct.
That makes sense.
There are 5 clans, I believe, in the original. I was always a Tremere, which was vampire wizards, because obviously
course.
that's the
I
only
mean,
choice
vampire
you make.
wizard. You say that in a sentence and everybody's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
Vampire
Sure,
wizard.
sure.
That
Why
sounds
not?
so overpowered.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a
right.
power.
Oh,
You
they were.
snapped your fingers and they'd explode. Just didn't.
Because you
That's
control
gotta be
you control
really,
their blood.
really
Correct.
Messy.
cathartic.
Yes, it was a super good game, especially on PC where you can cheat. So I always had infinite blood. So
Ah.
that was fun.
He left out that
Also
the
not-
powers are based on that.
I'm not
yes,
shocked.
correct. It's controlled by your blood meter, so you can chart. A lot of it's conversational dialogue based. So a lot of it, like feeding, you have to lure them into alleys, dark places, in the middle of the street if you don't mind breaking the masquerade, which is another gameplay mechanic. Vampires are hidden from the human world
Surprise.
because there's billions of them, so they'd wipe you out if they knew.
Fair.
So you have, in the old one, I don't know how they're doing it in the new one, 5 masks from the masquerade.
The clans.
Every time you expose your vampire nature to humans, you would break one of those. If you broke all 5, the vampires killed you, and it was game over.
So don't eat them in the middle of the street.
Lure them into those alleys. The new game looks a lot more action-based. I really hope they keep the dialogue. They said they're going to keep that as a heavy part of the game, which makes sense.
Most of
given-
them based off tabletop games do
Correct.
maintain that level of dialogue. So
Will it
hopefully,
be first person again or third
Yes,
person?
it's
They're gonna
first
switch.
person.
yeah, they released the powers and stuff too.
Well, the basic powers.
yeah.
So when you start this new one, you're a thin blood, which means you're not part of any clan. You get to choose your clan later on. But the first 3 powers are Mist, Telekinesis, or Bats. Bats allow you to fly up into the air, into the sky, reach high places, have them swarm people. Mist, you can go through vents, put your mist particles in their lungs and suffocate people. Telekinesis is obviously telekinesis.
And then they advance from there as you get clans and things like that. So
Right.
each clan, like he said, the Trimeres are blood wizards. Tremeres, sorry, are blood wizards. Yeah, I know.
He's about to jump on you.
I know.
He is.
But each one is different. We don't know.
Lucky I don't have telekinesis.
They haven't announced the clans in this one, so we don't know what's going
Tremere are
on.
going to be there. That's all I care about.
I asked him that when they released the Thin Blood stuff. I was like, "What are you gonna do?" And he's like, "Tremere, obviously, Blood Wizard." I was like, "Okay."
Probably going to go bad.
He was actually
for basic
offended.
powers,
He was
though.
actually. I was like, "I'm sorry," but I said I was gonna go Mist, and then he said that I was gonna get blown away because you can actually turn into Mist.
He said he was going to fly up into the sky as mist.
So he said you got to
Well,
go Bats so that
You're
you
in
can go high.
Seattle, so you're going to get blown away.
He looked,
Yes, and the
he
setting
looked down
is
upon your choice.
He did.
Seattle.
He wants to
Was the
play
first game based there as well?
It was based somewhere else. I forget.
somewhere
In the
else.
States or?
Yes.
Question mark.
me check real quick.
Is that
See, I
a
thought this
question
was a
you
fantasy
raised?
world. Now you're just throwing out Seattle, and I'm like,
It was
okay.
based
No.
in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's
It's real world.
because of the Masquerade. It is real world. So there are billions of humans, and vampire society
Bunch of different
exists
races.
within that.
In the first game, you saw one werewolf. He killed like 13 vampires. You ran away. You did not fight the werewolf.
I don't know.
I tried with my cheats. He still messed you up. I was like,
Oh, wow.
okay, I'm going.
So this is not Legacy of Kain level
Yeah,
vampires.
correct. Werewolves better.
Yeah.
They stronger. But there's less of them, and they live in the woods. They're very tribal, connected to nature. They're actually making a game based on the werewolves from World of Darkness right now. It's about attacking the humans. It doesn't look great. From what I saw, it's definitely not Paradox Studios.
I was gonna say you need a pretty good developer to make something like this.
Let me actually look that up real
Anybody
quick.
ever play The Order?
Yes.
1884.
Yeah, remember? Because it was like $3. And
Did
I
you get
said,
it?
Yeah, because I was like, man, I always wanted to play this game, but I didn't have a
still wanna play it.
PlayStation.
I wasn't. Did you like it?
It's what they said it was when it came out, and why it flopped as hard as it did is it has a lot of broken mechanics. But the actual setting and stuff is very cool. The lore in it is very cool. It's just
How's it looking now? Because that was a launch title. It's
Nah,
looking pretty dated.
yeah. It's not 2019.
We went back and started playing Dragon Age Inquisition again, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
How far we've come.
it's always shocking to me.
It's in
like,
the
when you
same
see,
life
like,
cycle,
the
too.
First,
It is,
the
yeah.
first part of the
Such a
cycle
good-
to the end of the life cycle of any gaming device.
I'm looking
And
at
just
stuff
seeing how
like
amazing they
MK11
can
and
do.
God of War, and I'm just like, an anthem for that, man.
Yeah.
It's called Werewolf the Apocalypse. I believe it's by Cyanide.
So
That's
It
how I
is.
feel.
Actually a pretty big name company.
Yeah, it is.
It might be an
Didn't
alpha
they make
build.
Spider-Man?
No.
That was...
That was Insomniac.
That's it.
Cyanide did make something quite large, though. But
Who made-
that's how I feel
who
about
made
Rage.
Vampire.
Vampire the Masquerade?
No,
No,
Vampire.
Vampire.
Oh, Vampire was...
Oh, that's Dontnod. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, correct. Don't
Like Rage 2. So if you look at Rage 1, and they actually compared them side by side to show off the difference. Rage 1, was that 360 or was that 1?
Rage 1, yeah, it would have been
360, right. So if you look at that, and that was kind of like end of 360's life cycle, and then you look at Rage 2, and they've obviously created a whole map, and everything is completely different. This one is, they call it the post-apocalypse, because there's jungle, and the world has kind of come together for what it's going to be. But like the map on it is just, it's beautiful, and they're playing like alpha builds or
Made by Avalanche.
beta builds, and
Made
no,
Just Cause's map. Yes.
Avalanche only did gunplay in this one.
No, it's software does gunplay. They're also the people who made Rage's gunplay, or Doom's gunplay.
Are you sure you don't have it backwards?
Yes.
I swear they said
Avalanche's
Avalanche
world
did
creator.
gunplay. You're right.
id Software is
One of them
first-person
did.
shooting.
They switched, whatever it was, but it's just beautiful, and it wasn't even like a full build they did, and it was just so pretty. And then you look at games like Dragon Age Inquisition, you're just like, what? What is this?
Surprisingly, though,
Frostbite engine.
Assassin's Creed Black Flag still holds up.
Well, that game was
That game was
revolutionary.
phenomenal.
That was
It
just
was.
that was insane for its time. I don't even know how they did it.
I didn't. I was holding off on PlayStation 4 until I saw that game, and I was like, "We're going to get rid of it," and we did. And that was the first game we got.
Super sad story in that game.
Very, especially right in the beginning.
Have you played
In the end,
3
definitely
Remastered yet, Kailey? No?
Not
Okay.
yet.
Moving on.
Moving on. We'll get to
I
it.
heard it's actually very good though. Very
Yeah,
well
it
done
is.
with the remaster.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one with Connor.
Yeah, because with Odyssey they re-released it, and you got it free if you pre-ordered Odyssey.
No, you got it if you got the
Oh,
gold or
the
above.
that's right.
Oh, it's
You
a
got the
package
color.
deal.
Maybe I'll
Yeah.
do that tonight.
And it's
feel
apparently very very well done.
I feel like
No Days Gone.
I should.
I'll jump on Days Gone then.
I'm
I'm
just
not.
gonna
It's
play
not
Dragon
really.
Quest.
Tell us your
It's
thoughts.
not really my skill set of games.
I'll jump in there.
Especially the motorcycle driving. That just was really
That was
painful.
definitely not for you.
It was really
That tree
painful.
owned you. And that tree didn't
Did she
move.
die?
No, but I fell off twice, and
No.
it was time.
But there
You're
are
like,
two
hurry
paths,
up, hurry up.
and the tree's in the center. She took the tree path. And then
Actually, the tree got in her way.
the tree
Yes,
definitely
the
got in
tree
the way.
got in my way.
And then the tree got in the way again. And then she rolled over the bike.
It's the quickest tree in the world.
And then she's like straight up, and then the guy just goes, ah, and he falls off of it. We were laughing at
That
that.
sounds terrible.
It was not good.
That's
Not a
That's some
showcase
GTA
piece.
stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not a showcase piece.
I don't know
GTA
what I don't know
3.
what it is about driving
You wouldn't have
games,
seen that in
car
the
games. I
demonstration.
struggle with. I drive well in person, but it does not translate well to driving in a simulated
A video
situation.
game.
Yeah. If I had like a shifter or steering wheel or something, I could handle it. But
Well, it's your bike. So it's a
Whatever.
throttle. You don't get those.
I'm just talking about
That'd be kinda
driving
cool,
games
though.
in general. If you have like
If
motorcycle,
you came with one, that would be cool.
if it actually felt like you were driving,
I would smash into everything. 4-wheeler all over.
Yeah, but they do like
We'd have to
motocross and stuff.
redesign the game room to put one of those things in there.
I would definitely do it.
Have,
Goodbye,
have you
Futon.
seen like motocross and
Yeah,
stuff?
like motocross.
They have games
or,
for them.
Arcade machines.
Yeah.
Full things. Yeah. Cruising USA, man.
Because that would be so much fun. And then you'd have
Well, that would be
like
super
the
fun.
feedback,
And the
like you're
immersion
actually
of
doing
that
it.
would exactly the immersion.
Because
like,
that's why I can't get into like if you're driving a vehicle in a game, like you've got the analog sticks or the triggers and stuff. It's just like
It
doesn't feel like it.
Driving in that.
I never liked doing those motocross games in the arcade though because I never knew like the weight limits on them and those things get super low and I never wanted to snap. You know what I mean? You never know. You never know.
You're not
I
wrong.
don't want to get injured in an arcade.
I'm like, oh, how'd you get that scar? Well,
Motocross.
I was motocross.
there you go. That's
That's it. I'm gonna end the story right there.
Yeah.
Motocross.
Now you're cool.
Yeah.
not a dweeb.
The arcade version.
Another dweeb.
Nah,
Yeah, it's
not
gonna
a
release Q1 2020, so I'm pretty excited for that.
That's this gen.
Correct, PC.
Think they'll
and
do
console.
just PC or
no
console?
PC and console. It was confirmed for that because that was one of the first questions when the game was announced because of the fact that the other one was only PC. So
Yeah.
Probably buy it on both, so I can cheat on one and play the actual game on the other.
Sounds like
simultaneously.
Simultaneously.
When do you think games are going to start holding back for next gen? Or
I don't think they do.
When it's announced.
I think
Yeah.
they just do release on
They're
both.
still
think
going
it's
to
gonna release
release
on
on
both,
both
too.
because they're
Release
trying
on
to
both?
maximize their profits.
They did it with Black Flag.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
all right, so where do you think they begin with the release on both?
Cyberpunk 2017.
Probably.
Nothing before that.
November.
I forgot that game was existing.
well, you think E3's
I
June
never forget about
June
it.
13th. So
That's what I go to sleep thinking
what's
about.
coming
That's
out
what I
before
wake
then
up
that we
thinking
know
about.
of? Or after
Oh.
then, I mean.
I don't know, man.
I mean,
Like,
there's a ton of
It's gonna
them.
be.
I know there
It's gonna
are.
change everything.
October.
Kingdom Hearts.
What about Kingdom Hearts?
Is that going to go?
In the
They're bringing
trash
it
bin.
over.
Is it
Is
gonna
that
be?
game good?
Is it gonna be
I
called
ask again now.
Cutscene Simulator?
The best way to show off the graphics, I
It's getting a
suppose.
new name.
Cutscene simulator with bad cutscenes.
Combat was really fun. All 10 minutes of it.
Cringe-worthy dialogue.
Well, yeah,
Well, it was made for.
Well, isn't that what Kingdom Hearts is, though?
yeah.
that's true.
I couldn't fault them when I did the review for that one because of the fact that it is not
It's what it
targeted
is,
at our
yeah.
audience.
Oh, it should have been because we
No,
all grew up
because-
playing it. So
yeah,
make
a
it for
game
the
like-
people who played it.
I think I mentioned that when we first talked
Whatever.
about it too. I'm like, they should have been.
Not my game.
A game
They
like
should have grew up with us.
Well, yeah, but
now,
they didn't include any. So usually, like in Disney
Hidden
movies,
references.
and with exactly like Kingdom Hearts, they add things in there that keep the parents involved, like innuendos and things that children won't understand, but that you chuckle at them as an adult. There was nothing. It was just cringe after cringe, and I was like, just skip that. we're trying to record these, and they're like, I can't deal with that anymore. Get it off the screen. Can't do it.
so my counter is a game like Ni no Kuni, which is also tailored at children.
So good.
Nothing wrong with the dialogue there.
Right.
There were some cringy parts.
No, there are some
Oh,
cringy.
for
There are some cringy
There was-
voice acting
There were
moments.
some moments.
No, that's pretty cringy. The
But
all
that's
for
different.
one thing.
No, that was Kingdom Hearts again.
Oh.
I was going back to Mach.
My bad.
No,
There were some
being
Evan
specific
moments. I
to
was like,
Evan.
ugh.
But if you listen to it in
Evan.
Japanese, is that moment still there?
That's true. But I don't speak Japanese.
Let's be realistic. Evan isn't actually
be-
Evan isn't actually the main
Evan's not
character.
All right, let's not spoil it. Come on now.
All about Roland.
It's all about Roland.
I mean, that's
These two
the
Roland
beginning of the
fanboys.
game.
Roland's the character, man.
He's the best.
Evan's just
Roland
his little
is the
sidekick.
character. Yeah, you're
That's
right.
factual.
Evan uses magic.
Evan used some
like, He's
magic.
magic. He's fancy.
Roland
He's
hits
so
him with a
fancy.
sword, and they don't get back up. God,
Roland's
I'm
super
gonna
powerful.
reborrow that game, so I can beat
Not
Black
till
Heart.
Octopath comes back home.
Octopath must return
I mean,
home.
then come back today. Just nobody asked for it.
I said return it when you're done.
I'm not done. There's just 8
It's
different
finished.
storylines. No, there's new games. We just
No.
talked about it.
No, he'll just bring it back if he wants to borrow it again afterward to continue on it.
Correct. I'm playing Dragon
So
Quest.
Fire
That's-
Emblem actually does have a $100 edition.
Bought
And
it.
it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that's on my
That game
buy
looks
list.
so good, man.
What is that? $100 edition?
Three houses.
Yeah, I know, but what?
Soundtrack, collector's
a house?
box. It's very similar
It's
to
a
Octopath.
little house.
Because that was $100 as well.
Comes with details.
Yeah, but that included like the. I still
3D
haven't seen
pop-ups?
anything
Yeah,
as
that's
cool
so
as
cool.
that. That's
The
awesome.
background.
Except the
Yeah.
pop-up, the 3D
All 8.
house thing that you
there.
couldn't put together.
No, that's from Nino Kuni.
Oh, my bad.
Didn't you put that together?
Never.
The
No.
swirling thing?
Nope.
No.
Should
Not,
really
not
just,
the diorama.
just put you on the spot.
There's a puzzle thing you put together.
Uh-huh.
It's got like 8 or 9 different sheets, and then it goes inside of a plastic case. And when you look at it, it's the balcony of the kingdom, and you're looking
It's
out.
really cool.
Be better at puzzles, dude.
No,
they don't fit.
They cut them wrong.
They cut them wrong.
They cut them, right?
They did.
No,
It's actually because
literally,
we thought we were doing
there's
something
like a
wrong, so
huge-
we went on the
There's
internet to
one,
take a look
one
at
of the
it.
things I like to
There's
do
a
is
huge
put
Reddit
puzzles
page
together.
dedicated to how bad the
Everybody's
design of this
raging
was.
at it. If I had glue,
I mean, that's a pretty
and glue it
ambitious
together.
idea in the first place, so I could see how
Well, it's
that
popular.
would go very wrong.
It's a popular puzzle in Japan. Like
Oh, yeah.
You can find it at any store.
Oh, cool.
And over here, whenever I do that kind of stuff, we do
We don't do anything.
puzzles. We do
Sports ball.
3D puzzles.
Sports ball is
Only
it.
sports ball.
But we don't do them in that style.
I hate to tell you, but the Japanese are pretty good at baseball. So.
They are really good.
I mean, we keep stealing them.
Ichigo.
We do. Every time one of them's good, we're like, yeah, you're coming to play for the Yankees. Enjoy.
Yeah, well,
Hey,
we'll
but look
wait
at this
until you're
team.
old, and then we'll get
Oh,
to
yeah.
it. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
don't do that to Matsui, all right?
Okay, Matsui
sports
aside.
He's still-
ball,
he-
and
The
a
rest
sports
of
ball, and a
Matsui
sports
won
ball,
us a
guys.
fucking World
Yeah, he
Series.
did.
I mean, technically, it's still gaming.
It is gaming. MLB
MLB
19
The Show.
The Show.
Super good.
The only baseball simulator worth playing.
Well, yeah, and it's
Weirdly
a
enough, Aaron
Sony
Judge
exclusive.
doesn't get hurt every game, though. So
That's a broken
it's not
bug.
real life.
They gotta fix that. He's gotta get hurt every game. That's the only way it works.
Please come back, healthy Judge. I love you.
Seriously, please come back.
You saved me.
Back
Sports
to gaming now. Let's see. Jake and Slen have together said 10 words this day, so let's get these two talking. What do you guys like to talk about?
Tell you, champ.
Nothing. I
How do you
got
feel? I don't.
News, games,
So
anything
they
you're
have-
excited for? Talk about Cyberpunk, so I can override you and talk about Cyberpunk.
You just gotta start it.
That's some shit.
I'm pretty excited for Cyberpunk.
Yeah, me too. Shut up.
That's all it
Tell
took.
me what you're most excited about.
Yeah, I
Jake.
don't know.
Yeah, what are you guys looking forward to? There's tons of stuff going on.
You mean game wise?
E3's coming up.
I'm excited for E3. I don't really know what's coming for
Get
it
that
though.
release date for Cyberpunk.
You think we're getting that?
I don't think that's worth it.
There is a game that I saw called Summer of Mara
Art book
that I'm very interested in.
sounds
It's a
fun.
very, it's like Legend of Zelda mixed with Harvest Moon. You have to do a lot of
That's a
growing
Kailey
your
game
own
right
farm
there.
work.
Oh, aren't we getting? When does
Summer
Legend of
Mara.
Zelda come out?
We don't have a date on it.
Oh, shit.
Look it up.
I
In
thought
the next
that was this
direct.
year.
Summer of
or
Mara.
whatever. It's supposed to be this year.
It's also coming this summer, from what I'm hearing, ironically.
Is that on
Along
their,
with Sea of Solitude, which is supposed to be scheduled for this summer by the lady who's developing the game. I forgot what her
SOS.
name
I
is.
don't know why they don't do more releases in summer. It's when everybody's out of school and
It's not tax time, dude.
Yeah.
they
You only
just,
got the money.
Well,
All
nobody
the
families go on
tax
vacation.
time is just recent.
well, Nintendo's
The
killing
last
it.
5 years.
Nintendo's
not
summer
holidays,
is
though.
lit.
Oh,
Used to be
okay,
just
so
holiday only.
I think you sent something about this.
I
didn't you?
did. I was very interested in that.
An
This is an
adventure
art
set
style
in a
you would
tropical
enjoy.
ocean.
Yeah,
Actually.
you can see.
I can see the art style and I'm like, yep, that's Jake.
That's a Jake game.
Take care of your own island.
So
I
one of
would-
the executives
That looks super
for
cute.
Microsoft
I would
Yeah.
play the shit out of this game.
Yep. Yep,
I'm
that's
not-
about
I'm
right.
buying this.
Hart.
What's he doing?
Well, Game of Thrones.
Son didn't
as you
say
know,
anything.
Was this past weekend,
Mhm.
and Twitter is ablaze with
Who developed this real quick? Just to mention
spoilers, which we're not going to go into spoilers for that, but one of the
Shipping?
executives,
Indie company.
Mike Ybarra, I think
Very.
his name is,
Yeah.
over at Microsoft,
Valencia, Spain.
he posted there's only one Lich
Oh.
King. Or actually, he said there's only one Night King, and he
Yep.
posted an image of the Lich King from World of Warcraft. And I said,
Bring him to
Don't.
console.
tease me like
Wait,
this.
who
And
posted
I
that?
actually did. I said that to him.
Mike
I
Ibarra.
said, bring him
Wow.
to console. He did not respond.
Sad. But
That would be
E3,
amazing.
you know? They said it's their biggest E3 ever. Last year they gave us 50 games. This year they're giving us 60 and WoW's on there.
They're giving us 700 games.
Vanilla WoW is
7,000
on
games.
there.
Approximately 7,000.
Vanilla WoW.
Exclusives.
Vanilla WoW. It's coming. I'm telling you. They're going to do it.
Timed exclusive. I hope those go away. Timed exclusives. ready for those to disappear.
It's not
Good
gonna
luck
happen,
with Epic
so.
Games coming. So
That's what we talked about.
You saw their response, right?
no, I did not.
Their response to Steam was, "We won't go after any more exclusives if you change your policy. Increase that profit share, and we won't pursue another."
Yeah, you
exclusive."
know why they said that? Because they know they won't.
Yeah.
So it was just
But-
a bluff. Like, okay, go
Well,
ahead.
Call the bluff. See what happens.
Yeah, and then they're
Yeah,
like,
lose all
oh,
that money.
we're still going for it. Sorry, tricked you. Joke's on you. Like, that's dumb. It's clearly a
news.
bluff because you know nothing's gonna change.
So really, with that, it's customer versus the business side. So
It's bad for the customer because now on PC, which I don't really care about you guys anyway, but
I care about you, PC
fucking
players.
nerds.
I'm building. A
So
business, so I care.
enjoy your 16 launchers.
Taking up all that space.
Well, they're like 3 megabits a piece. But it isn't a lot of space.
It's annoying.
All those
nonetheless.
passwords you gotta remember.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you can basically get in anyone's account on Epic. Easy peasy.
that's one of the biggest problems is they have been hacked multiple
No
times
security.
already.
No forums.
A lot of games
That's
have
the
been
biggest issue for
games
me.
have launched or been pirated from there. Luckily, they of course have the shut off code, so they just shut them off. But people were playing the game for free.
No Steam Workshop.
No
so
care in the world.
How are you gonna create the modding system? Who's gonna mod the games? Because modding's mostly the reason why I buy things on my PC.
It's just,
I'm not a fan.
but at the same
personally,
time, you're right.
I
that
understand why the business, why they're going with Epic, because they take a smaller share.
Yeah, I mean, at the heart of everything, it's a business. So you're
But Steam treats the customer better, so that's.
Yeah.
way better. That's not even a
They've
comparison.
been around
That's
a lot
true.
longer too.
I mean, there are some issues with the UI they need to fix. Obviously, they'll probably never fix it, but they are superior at this moment in time. And since Epic has pretty much said no forums ever, I have a feeling they're going to stay superior.
Yeah, they probably will.
Well,
I don't have
you can't really say that because they might be superior to us, the consumer, but to the businesses, they're not.
I was
they're getting-
obviously speaking from the point
Right.
of view of a consumer.
But they're getting crushed. They're getting all these
They're
exclusives.
not getting crushed. I mean, Steam does super well.
No,
every
but
day.
I mean, in the exclusive market, they're
Yes.
getting dominated. That's
That's true.
happening.
It is.
Epic is getting all of the major exclusives given to them because they take a lesser portion. So from a business standpoint, if you were to look at this as an executive and say,
What is it?
which one of these
12% over 30? Is that?
Yeah.
what it is?
But that's risk too for people who, like, the customers, if they're used to having better treatment by Steam and they're gonna choose something that they're comfortable with, they might not want to take a risk of going to Epic.
It is.
But that's the thing with like
That's what a lot of people are saying.
Well,
I'll wait till
it's
it releases
it's
on
games
Steam.
like Borderlands, which have a huge
That's
followings.
timed.
It's games like I know, but it's 6 months.
Correct.
It is 6 months.
No one's gonna wait that long.
Correct.
Everyone's just
Today's
gonna buy it on
gaming
Steam.
world, yeah.
Correct.
6 months
Epic.
from now, nobody's playing it anymore.
Right.
Okay, Borderlands probably gonna.
Well, there's
that's
there's a
not- that's-
billion guns.
You don't
Kevin.
know that.
There's
Yeah.
a billion.
I said probably.
We had a billion planets and
No Man's Sky.
yeah.
Don't compare.
Okay, No
No
Man's
Man's
Sky.
Sky and Borderlands 3.
A, it's a much larger studio. B, it came back and fixed
I have no
itself.
idea
Yeah.
what you just said.
Much larger
A,
studio.
It's a much larger studio.
Oh, okay.
That's not what he said, but that's what he was going for.
He,
Um,
he understood.
You gotta
It's that
decipher.
high.
It's the Hive,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
needed the Hive to translate.
B, No Man's Sky fixed itself. So
It did.
But again,
Yeah, but
at
that
the
took him a
time,
year. So
Took him a
how many
year.
people
Took
have
him longer than a
jumped
year.
back into
A
it
lot.
since then?
a lot.
A lot.
especially now that
Yeah.
you're kind
Not
of
enough.
with VR with
Not
VR
enough.
support.
Not
though.
enough.
Yeah.
Of concurrent. Well, they're doing a bunch of DLC for it,
Yeah.
so clearly
Yes.
well
Oh,
enough.
Oh yeah,
It's
I mean
doing
I'm sure
very
it's
well.
doing
They're
quite
doing
well
the
in
VR
itself.
with No Man's Sky. That was
VR's coming soon.
Well, one of the big things with that too, No Man's Sky doesn't have competitors. So if you look at the gaming market, what is a No Man's Sky? Well, like,
It's its own thing.
what is a comparable game to that? Borderlands 3 is not that.
No.
This is a first-person RPG shooter. Like, they're
Shooter.
everywhere. They're constantly
Its
releasing
competition is Destiny, which is on the decline. Also,
Cyberpunk.
Anthem, which is dead in the water.
Cyberpunk.
Not Cyberpunk.
I'd compare them.
Cyberpunk's not a
Cyberpunk's
looter
a-
shooter.
Yeah,
What?
but it's a
not.
third-person
It's a
shooting
first-person
RPG.
RPG.
That's what I meant. First-person shooting
They're in no
RPG.
way similar.
I don't know. I think they would take away from each other's
Cyberpunk's
client
gonna
base.
be super like
Cyberpunk's
dialogue.
a single
do-
player.
do
I'm not
things
saying
your
they're
way.
the same games. I'm saying they
They're
take away
not
from each other's
competitive.
player
Yeah,
bases.
I don't think they will at
They
all.
won't at all. They could release
Are you
at the
playing
same
Borderlands 3?
Yes.
You playing Cyberpunk 2077?
Yes.
If I gave you both at the same time, which one are you playing? Okay, well there you go. So I proved my
Well,
point.
I'm
They're-
buying them both, so they're
Yeah.
still getting
yeah, but
bought.
they're the same player base, is what I'm saying.
Well,
So
Okay,
Yeah.
that
But you
I
could
buy
play them.
everything. That's
That's
every
the
game in
difference.
existence is the same
That's
player
what we
base for
do.
me.
But
No,
that,
those are
not
two
everybody
games you
does
can play
that.
both of them at the same time. Because at a point in time, you're going to get to basically end game stuff in Borderlands.
Eventually,
Part
there's a
of
billion
this
guns.
is also time management too. You have to. I mean, time is a limited quantity that most of us are in short supply of. So it's
Guns
hard.
with legs.
Because you're all.
it's,
There's gonna be somebody week 1 that has all the.
Does the
abilities.
gun
of
No,
course.
there's not.
with legs?
No,
Billion guns.
billion guns.
Week 1.
Cyberpunk doesn't have guns with legs.
Does,
It has guns that shoot around walls, though.
That's dope.
Smart
does
bullets.
do,
Welcome to Wanted.
and don't forget the
And now
They're
I've
very
started a
wall-crawling
debate
blades.
about who's playing who. See,
I'll play
this
them
is my
both.
whole
But see,
point.
the difference is like.
But we're all buying them both. So
You could
it's-
play both.
Yeah,
of
but
them at
not
the same
everybody
time, is
does
what I'm
that.
saying.
Everyone in this room is gonna do that about those
Yeah,
two
but
games.
we're
so-
gamers. This is what we do for like a living. These people are like, you have to think of the regular consumer. They're not going out and saying, "I'm buying 7 games in January."
I
That's
guarantee
not
you,
how it goes.
like not 8 to
It's-
16-year-olds who have their parents buy them things. They're getting both.
It's
Because
kinda
I know
like-
I would have gotten both back when
Yeah,
that was my
screech
life.
loud enough.
We were spoiled. That's not the
You're
same
right.
thing.
Most kids are these days.
But
Let's
that's
not kid
part of the
ourselves.
market too. It's one how you choose
also
to
one of these
advertise
states.
your product because
Right.
if you have a good like YouTube following or whatever.
Borderlands is September 13th, right? For the release.
Yeah, I believe
Oh,
it.
so just in time for back to school.
Correct.
See, I don't
But-
understand that though.
I don't.
I don't get it.
I think
I
maybe
feel like there's
August
so much
probably
free
would've been a
time
better.
in the summer that why are we not
Well,
targeting
they
that?
also need times to
Nintendo's
make the
targeting it.
games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they need-
Nintendo's like, here's all the games we're releasing. Oh, by the way, they all drop in the summer.
I'm also super happy
luck.
Nintendo did stuff in
Like,
the
They're
summertime because
dropping
like I
2 big games in July.
Yeah, like that.
because it's
That's
gonna
so
give me
smart
stuff
to
to
me.
do.
It was so dead
Exactly.
last year.
I don't.
Last
That,
time.
that's part of the thing that's always
Last
mystified
summer,
me is like
we did
they've
nothing.
all said they've all stuck with like, okay, well we're gonna do Christmas sales, and then they realize, oh wait, untapped market of income tax miss.
Capcom.
Cool.
Not true. Last
Thanks,
summer we got
Capcom.
Octopath.
Yeah,
And then-
Nintendo.
and now
That's what I mean.
Nintendo's-
Nintendo's the
Oh,
one
yeah,
that's
yeah,
hitting
yeah.
it.
Nintendo's
Nintendo
finally
does
going,
have
no,
it,
wait a
they're
second,
right.
here's a huge section of the market that
Nintendo
We can
does it
access.
well. They do it really
Yeah,
well.
they're the only ones though. That's what I mean. Nobody
The
else is
directs
like.
come out, and all the games that they show you come out within a
Okay,
matter of 3 months.
Microsoft's going to come out on June 23rd
June
and say,
13th.
oh, all these games come out today, by the
E3.
way.
They do that too.
Well,
much.
they have a big thing.
Too much? There is no such thing.
Their
Yes.
their Gears
Give
5
us all the games.
Gears 5 esports start in June. They've
Oh, it's
partnered
not out
with
yet.
No, but the esports league's going live.
correct, and they
Yeah.
partnered with television. Is it
Yeah, it's-
ABC?
I think it is. Yeah, ABC.
Yeah, and
They're
it's going
doing
to be
Gears on
Gears
ABC.
5
Gears 5,
televised.
Yeah, that's pretty
So if they came out in E3 and were like, "Hey, by the way, Gears 5, we haven't announced it." Well, here it is. So that would be something that I could definitely see, and it would be very, very cool.
Yeah, so apparently that part of the game is ready
Yeah,
to
the
go.
competitive portion is ready.
That's actually
Well,
sick.
it's supposed to be 2019, so it has to be.
Well, when that
somewhat
game
ready.
drops, I'll have it right away because Game Pass.
The best
Black
service on the planet.
I'm gonna find it now.
For gaming.
Yeah.
for game. Well,
thanks for that little comment.
I
That
don't know
is
if there's a better
everything.
subscription. I don't know if I would subscribe to anything before I subscribe to Game Pass.
Oh, you have to do gold.
Health insurance, maybe?
Health insurance.
I don't know what else.
Depends on the
That's
country you
close
live in.
one.
I don't know, because like
Sometimes
that
you're-
is just there's
depending
so
on
much
the
value
country,
there.
You might be auto subscribed.
So much value. I wasn't trying to start that. Kailey.
hard to beat.
It's TBS.
TBS,
TBS.
that's what it is. I knew ABC was not right. I just knew it was one of those
ABC's
three.
super family friendly. I was so confused. I was
Well,
like,
so
this
is-
is
so is
really
TBS.
violent, guys.
TBS is as well, but they do an
Yeah,
esports
TBS
thing.
is the best shows. They had like King of Queens on there. I mean, they had
Conan on there.
We're talking about TBS or CBS?
TBS.
No, TBS, the best shows.
Best
That's what it
shows,
stands for.
which is what it stands for.
I've
And
never
they've got
even-
Sam B on it too.
You've never heard of it?
No.
Oh man,
Did
they
you
do.
not
They've
have
been around
cable
for a
growing
long
up?
They
No, I
do.
didn't.
Oh.
Well,
That's also.
They
That was
do a lot
before
of-
cable was invented.
Oh, we forgot. You're ancient. But they've done a lot of stuff with esports already, and then Microsoft went to them and they partnered up for the Gear stuff.
That's super smart.
But it's not like gameplay that you're seeing because that's going to be streamed, of course. It's going to be the behind the scenes kind of stuff, talking with the actual players and getting to know them, and actually
Download the
picking your
TBS
favorite
app.
and saying this is the guy I want to win.
That's where we get that little bit of reality TV
Yes.
draw.
Yeah.
Pick your teams.
All the drama.
You
that-
guys all gonna pick me when I'm in Gears 5 esports?
We sure will.
Fuck
I'd
you.
love
to.
Why
I'll
would
pick
we
you,
pick
man.
you?
I'll pick you.
That's fair.
That's rude. I'd pick you.
Everyone said it except Kailey, who said "fuck you." Okay, fair enough. I know where I stand. with
She's
everything.
going. She's going for herself.
Oh, got you.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
Redemption.
She's getting chainsawed. That's all I'm saying.
All it is rolling shotguns. Be prepared for that.
no. They're nasty. Have you watched any Gears esports?
I played a lot of Gears.
The Nashers.
esports?
Of
They're
course,
insane.
I'd be rooting
They're
for
nuts.
you if you were going for that.
They
Like
are
Kailey.
insane.
You've already hurt his feelings.
It's too late now.
I didn't know you had feelings. I thought you were just a lizard.
Not
Lizards
anymore.
have
Lizard's
feelings.
dead.
The lizard's
Lizard's-
dead.
Oh.
Yeah, ask Veldy because she'll get attitude sometimes with me. I'm like,
Oh
listen,
my god, they took her house out the other day. She lost her shit.
that's our lizard.
In case
She
The
has
real,
feelings.
The real lizard.
listen,
The real lizard. She has feelings.
they don't put me in glass boxes.
Not anymore.
Not since the experiments.
Listen.
Okay. Anyway,
Okay, I think we're gonna end the show with that note.
excellent.
You're so welcome.
Make sure that you do follow us over at Twitter at TSGG.
Or
Check us
not.
out on
It's up
YouTube.
to you.
Subscribe over there at youtube.com/society. Watch us live at mixer.com/TSGG_online. If you didn't catch today's broadcast, it will be up there for you to replay.
All of them.
With a special end of the broadcast.
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk
We didn't
about
even
Shao
mention
Kahn.
that. Awful. Terrible.
Can't wait to go home and show my mom that I won something.
Should be proud.
Congratulations, Slen.
That's why I let you win.
Yeah, but
Thanks everybody for listening, and thank you guys for joining me on the panel. We'll see you
Always.
next week.
See you next time.
Bye.